Hi, I'm your host, Marsha Florence with Just Ask. Today's show is Detroit Rescue Mission Ministries. Hurry back and join us. Hi, I'm your host, Marsha Florence with Just Ask. Today's show is Detroit Rescue Mission Ministries, and we have with us as our guests, Karen Love, Director of Community and Media Relations, clients Allison Arabi and Trisha Allen. Good morning, ladies.
Good morning.
Good. Glad to have you here.
Thank you.
Good. Now, Karen, you know what? We've had an opportunity to meet with the president himself, Dr. Chan Ani, and I know your relationship there is Director of Public Relations and Community.
Yes.
Trying to find out exactly, tell me what you do and how these ladies come about.
Well, I think, Marsha, you know my background has always been in media.
Yes.
I am connecting the mission with community leaders, making sure that the media is on top of everything that we're doing. I'm doing branding, I'm in the community, I'm shaking hands and extending a welcome to the community to come and see what we do at the mission, because our mission is to reach the people in the city of Detroit and the greater Detroit metropolitan area. That's a better way to do that.
Okay. Now, you know, when Dr. Adi came, he gave us some insights on some of the programs. Can you enlighten our audience about the programs that you all?
Well, we have extensive programs. We have detox programs, transient housing, permanent housing, educational programs, resident specialist programs. We're connected with Wayne County Community College, where we have a culinary arts program, Mary Grove, where we do certified addiction counseling classes for our own clients who are interested in coming back and giving back to the mission. Absolutely, they have to do certification through the state before that can happen, but there's always something going on at the mission to help them to go to the next level. One of the new programs that we instituted is our VA program, and you may not be aware that we just recently opened up 60 new units at one of our locations in Highland Park, where we're helping the homeless veterans to come in and get the help that they need mentally, physically, and spiritually, so that they can go back into the community and be viable residents.
That's a wonderful thing. That's a wonderful thing. Now, I know you guys have, is it 14 locations? I mean, I know it's numerous, so how many locations you have?
Well, we actually have more than 14 locations.
Okay.
It's very close to like 20 locations that throughout the city and Highland Park. And we also have a camp in Howell where we take over 1,200 children during the summer from the inner city and let them get an opportunity to plant a seed in the ground, go fishing, horseback riding, rock climbing. Many of them take these experiences in with them for the rest of their lives. I've run into children who had gone, actually adults now, that had gone to the Howell Ranch that say, I couldn't wait until the summer got here so that we could go out to Howell to the ranch.
That's wonderful. You know, the mission has been around for quite a long time.
103 years this month.
103.
Yes, 103 years we've been servicing the greater Detroit land area. One of the things that we are trying to erase with the mission is the fact that we go beyond just being a soup kitchen. Now, in the beginning, yes, the scriptures tell us the poor will always be with us, and those are the clients and the population that we served back 103 years ago. But now it's very extensive with the fact that we now have housing for our individuals who need to come in and have a special touch and be nurtured, and that we can walk through, because you do realize we are a faith-based organization, and so we have to do like Jesus did, and we have to touch the individuals.
Now I want to get to these two ladies here, because I know that you all are residents or clients of the mission, and I want to get a little insight on how did you become involved and how are you today? So, Allison?
I became involved with the rescue mission through the courts originally, and this is my second time with them. I wasn't ready the first time to be clean, so when I decided that I wanted to get clean and get my life together, I knew that I wanted to come back to Genesis House 3. I like the program as far as the faith-based and the resources that they offer. The counselors are wonderful. The staff is wonderful. And today I've been there since December 13th, well, December 20th, and I love it. I'm doing very well. I have 53 days clean.
Okay.
And I'm just happy to be there.
Okay.
Thankful.
Okay. So you feel as though the mission has helped you greatly, and
Oh,
even though
yes.
you're coming back again, you're aware of the services that can help you.
Correct.
Okay. All
Correct.
right. Sometimes even if you go through a situation more than one time, you know where your help is truly at. Okay.
Correct. I felt like I was coming back to a family when I came there.
And
so
you did.
that was very important to me.
Okay. All right. Tricia?
I came into the mission in 2007. I had lost my job and my home. And so I was so blessed to find out. I had no idea. I knew nothing about the Detroit Rescue Mission. But I called the 1-800 number, and they put me in contact. I came in for shelter. But then after shelter, I came in for drinking.
Okay.
And I wasn't ready to put it down either at that time. But so I left, and I came back recently, like 2 weeks ago. And it's so funny because I saw a taping of the commercial around the holidays of the house being given away. Now, I didn't come for the house, but I did come for the recovery, and I am certain I'm going to, stay with it this time. And last time I didn't listen, but this time I am, and things are clicking now. And I had to tell one of the facilitators, I was like, what you used to tell me, I would get upset with her. But now I'm hearing the same thing that she said years ago, and now it makes a lot more sense. And it's a wonderful thing.
Okay. All right. I'm glad to hear that. Okay. Well, ladies, we're going to take a break and come back. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be right back with some more good information from Detroit Rescue Mission Ministries. We'll be right back.
哦，先生你好，歡迎光臨，等等先。唔該晒。
Brandon.
Yeah, come on in. There's a lot more to the living room.
See? The brand new house?
Yeah.
You like brand new house? Santa Claus.
Everything here was donated, fixed up by volunteers who just want to see you have a good chance at a good life. Between the Christmas presents, the television, the living room set, the kitchen, bedrooms, basement, it was all worked on.
And ladies and gentlemen, if you're just not joining us, you just had a chance to see a clip of a home giveaway to the Jones family, Detroit Rescue Mission Ministries, Mitch Album, and AT&T involvement. And we want to find out from Kieran, tell us, how does that all take place when there's a home giveaway? I mean, it was such an exciting event, and we were pleased to be there, and the Jones family was definitely surprised. So can you fill us in on how that takes place?
Well, Marcia, there is a selection process at the mission. The people that we've given the homes away to have been clients that are now gainfully employed. If they are males, they have reunited with their families. And we just feel that we need to reach out to them to let them know that we are still continuing to embrace them, even though they are no longer within our walls. This last home that you saw given away, Dale Jones is the father. He was in our... we were servicing him within our units, and also his wife. They were both clients of ours, and they had been through detox programs. They had moved on because they can do 90 days or up to 2 years with us.
Okay.
They had moved into a one-bedroom apartment, but they couldn't bring their children to live with them. Wow. The children were now living with the grandmother. So he didn't even know he was getting this home. We brought him in for an interview.
That's wonderful.
And didn't bring his wife, and we told him, you cannot tell her anything, in fact, if we end up giving you this house. So his whole mantra was, I can't believe this, because I've always wanted a home. He had gone through drugs on the street, selling drugs, been to prison. I mean, his whole life was, I know another way of life. Right. He needed to be cared for, and that's what we did for him, and we embraced him at the Detroit Rescue Mission Ministries. So the 20th of December, AT&T helped us to sponsor this home. As you know, Mitch Albom is tied into it as well. Yes. And this was one of the homes that we didn't have to do a lot to. We've had 3 other homes that we had to go in and just totally rehab the whole house, but it made it livable.
Now let me ask you this,
individual.
the homes are donated?
They're donated to us. We have people that have passed away. They can get a tax write-off, you know, if the family members want to do that. And we've had people that call and say, look, just come take this house. I want it off my hands. And so we've gone in, we've rehabbed the house, we put in brand new carpeting, appliances, furniture. If it's in the summer, we've gone and we just revamped the landscape and done all of that. But the family, they have to be a working family. That's one of the criteria. They have children. It's imperative that they set up a fund for them, an educational program. We turn the keys over to them, even though we ask after 2 years if they have maintained the taxes on the home and they've taken care of all the maintenance issues and that sort of thing, then we will give them the deed, with the caveat that after the next 3 years, if you decide to sell this house, because they go in, there's nothing, the only thing they have to do on this house is pay the taxes and do the maintenance. But they have to maintain all of that. Then we'll turn the deed over to them. But if they decide to sell that house, 50% of that will go back into the mission. One of the homes that we did, the guy, his name was Chris Coker, didn't know he was going to get the house. And this was Christmas Eve of 2010. And when we told him he was going to get that house, it was just, he couldn't believe it either, because he had never had a home of his own. Like Dale, it was to bring the family together. This guy had like 5 children. And we had him to bring the kids to the house and open the door and say, here are your keys. And they're very responsive to that.
Now, let me ask you this. Do the houses range from anywhere in particular? I mean, you know, you say people donate their homes, but they could be in the west side of Detroit, the east side of Detroit, the suburbs, or anywhere a person wants to donate their home. You guys go in, check it out, revamp it. Okay. And then the family itself, is it a selection process where the family, and since you said it is a family, the family should be working.
They should be working.
Should have children that's attending school, possibly attending school, a trust fund set up so the kids can go to college. Okay. That is a wonderful program in itself. Okay, really. And you said you guys just only did 4 so far? Okay.
Yeah, we're doing 4, and actually we had a conversation with the mayor in reference to the homes, because you know he's rebuilding the city and revamping the city of Detroit, and he wanted to give us a plethora of homes, but at the time we didn't have the staff that could go in and do the refurbishing and that sort of thing.
What about volunteers though, Karen? I mean, do you guys work with volunteers? And I'm wondering, I'm going to ask these ladies, do you feel as though when you went through this entire program, is there a way that you want to give back? Is it something that you want to say to other men and women about the program, or do you want to stay on board and be a staff person yourself? Anyone want to take that question?
Well, I know I do. It's such a change in my life, Jill. I mean, it's unforgettable. And the staff here, you know, they've helped me so much. And, you know, my life was really bad. And it hurt a lot to live it. And I'm happy now. And
that's wonderful.
I'm around some strong women that, you know, they made a change and it's effective. You know, they look happy. They look in peace. And they're moving forward, and I need this. This is to save my life, and
so you want to stay connected, pretty much.
Yes.
So that the women and men who come in behind you,
I've seen so many people out on the street, and I mean, if I can help get some of them in, or you know, if I can just be there to help do what what Genesis and Detroit Rescue Mission has done for me, you know.
That's wonderful.
Yes.
Allison?
I totally agree. I would love to be able to come back once I complete the program and continue to volunteer and encourage especially the new women, because I struggled with that so much in the beginning, just to stick and stay and really let go and let God, like they say, because if you just give up your will and do God's will, it comes so much easier and naturally. And I believe that it's just a great program. They helped me with my family, you know, reconnect. My relationship was very, very strained, and they helped me and my son Jonathan to reconnect and establish a strong relationship, more trust again.
All right, that's good. That's good. Now, you know, we're not saying so much this is a testimony from you ladies, but it pulls it together to let people know the mission does what it says it does. You know, it's a rescue mission, and you come in with baggage, but you can go back out with luggage. Okay, so either way it goes, like you know, you can leave some things behind and take some new things with you, and then the men and women that you encounter, you can share with them that, you know, if you let go and open up some, that this will help you out. Okay.
Well, you know, Marcia, one of the things that is part of our mission statement is that we are rebuilding the community one life at a time. Right. So when you are touching lives and touching people, that encourages the community to come in and embrace what we're doing, so we get many volunteers because they realize the success stories that we have had from the mission. You may know Kim was in our mission. Okay. And he's gone above and beyond where anybody would have even thought that he would have gone right now. And he gives back to our mission as a volunteer as well. In fact, he helped to rehab one of the homes that we had.
Okay. Now, for those who don't know who Kim is, our musical genius, entertainer, and when you hear something like that, ladies and gentlemen, that, you know, a person can come from the bottom and come up to the top, it doesn't mean that they're all going to be entertainers, but any way that you want to give back or be involved is a good thing. Kim, we want to get that phone number from you and the website.
The website is drmm.org, or they can call 313-993-4700 to do volunteer. Marcy Fitch is our director of volunteers, and there's a plethora of things that people can do for the mission.
Right. Now, the mission is full, so you're right. It's got something going all year round. Okay.
Yes. One of the things that I want to make sure that people understand is every day we are doing, last week alone, we did 3,800 meals. Whoa. We touched over 1,500 people, and that's men, women, and children, because we do have children living in the mission with their mothers. And we touched all of those individuals. We have some people that are within our walls that we consider the working poor. They can't afford a home. They have a job, but they come and stay at the mission at night. We also have people that can't afford to feed their family, have a roof over their heads, and they come in and they'll eat, and then they'll leave. So we have people from all varied backgrounds coming to the mission that need our help, and they are continually coming. So that need is growing even more so. So we need the help of the community to help us to continue to do the work that we're doing.
Definitely. Okay. Well, I tell you what, I hate to take a break, ladies and gentlemen, because, you know, what Karen is saying is so true. If you want to volunteer, please join the Rescue Mission Ministries. It's one of the good programs to be involved in. And you heard from these ladies yourself that if you have a family member or you yourself is going through something, why wait? Why hesitate? Check out the Detroit Rescue Mission Ministries. And on that note, we'll be right back.
Do you know that stroke targets by color? If you're African American, you're twice as likely to suffer a stroke as white Americans. Join the power to end stroke at strokeassociation.org.
And welcome back to the last half of our show. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know about you, but every time you turn on to Just Ask, you should learn something new. You should learn something about our agency or a service that's being provided, a health condition that you or a loved one may be experiencing. something should come across your screen to say, I need to watch Just Ask to see what they're talking about today, okay? Whether it's a cooking show, whether it's a home giveaway, or any of those things, you should always want to check out Just Ask. If you have a question for Just Ask, give us a call at our 800 number, 323-5336, 1-800-323-5336, or drop us a line at justasktalkshow.org. And I guarantee you I'm going to read your email and answer your question. And if you have a show idea, I'd love to hear about it. Now we're going to go into some more things with Karen Love and the two ladies here from the mission. Now, ladies, is there anything that you would like to say to the viewing audience or your families about your ordeal or coming through it?
I would just like to say thank you to my family, especially my parents and my son Jonathan, as well as the staff at Genesis House 3, my counselor M.A. Brown, and all the ladies that are there, because they have gave me continuing love and support, and I couldn't have done this without them. And for anybody who is out there and struggling and you want a place to go, please go to Detroit Rescue Mission Ministries and stay there for till the miracle happens, as they say.
Okay, well, your miracle is happening as you
It
speak.
sure is.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I just want to say, giving glory to God, who's the head of my life. And I'm so happy that he let me, I'm going to say home, because I get to live again. And so I'm so grateful that my family still loves me. And, you know, I'm so grateful, and I'm sorry that I put them through all of this. But they know Mama coming home. And I'm just so happy. And I'm so happy that the sisters I have around me now. And bless your heart.
All right, thank
Because
you.
We need this.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
And Karen, you know, no other way can I say it. I mean, you know, you've been a gracious guest today on our show about everything dealing with the mission and beyond that, okay? And I've always had the pleasure to connect with you, and you're very much out there as a resource yourself to the community. I mean, you meet people all the time and make sure they all meet each other and know about each other's business and events and stuff, and I commend you for that.
Well, thank you.
Okay,
Very
okay.
much.
The mission is one of our favorites, okay? So we have a chance to come and see you guys more than once, okay? And I do appreciate Dr. Artie himself coming to see us and giving us some insights. And we plan to come to the restaurant one day soon.
Please
Okay.
do that. We'd love to have you at the bistro. In fact, we'd love to take you on a tour of our facilities.
Okay.
That in itself will be a resource for you.
Okay.
We have, again, I don't know if Dr. Artie had talked about this, but we just recently opened a banquet facility that will seat close to 700 people.
Wow.
And it's at 3606 East Forest. It's an absolutely fabulous, fabulous building. And you haven't had an opportunity to taste our food yet, but our chef, Greg, is amazing. Right. So we would love to have you at the bistro so that you can do a little taste there, a little taste.
Right.
And then the banquet facility by itself is also going to be a training program for our clients. You had spoken briefly about our residents. We hire a lot of our residents, because who can tell the story and who better to work with our population than people who have been in our facilities and they know exactly what we do for them. Touching people, touching lives.
That's right.
So yes, we do. We hire them as well. But again, the training program at the banquet facility, we're always encouraging folk. And then for the community itself, to get involved with the mission, and when we talked about the volunteer piece, they can adopt a room. Their church or fraternity can adopt a room. They can come in, they can paint. If they would like to come in to do some mentoring at our facilities, they're more than welcome to do that. They can paint a whole floor if that's what they would like to do. But again, they would need to call the mission, and we would set it up so they can come in. People are there all the time. The need is great. We're 24/7, 365. We never turn people away from the mission, ever.
Wow.
So, I mean, if it's a storm outside and, you know, we run out of beds, we have chairs and blankets and mattresses and that sort of thing. So, again, the need is great. So the community, we'd love them to continue to embrace the mission. And of all things, we want to make sure that they continue to pray for the work, because it is a work and it takes a very special person to touch these individuals, because some of the stories, you haven't heard all the stories, are just unreal. And it takes a very special person to make that happen.
Well, I believe the mission has a house full of angels. You know, nothing but angels, truly, because, you know, as the mission grows in its arena of helping people out and doing what it does, when you give back, it extends the services, it extends the opportunity to let people know this is for real. Okay, and if I can work through it, I'll be all right, and I can pass the baton to someone else, let them know that you'll be all right. And that's what you ladies are here for. You can actually pass the baton, let somebody know it's okay. Okay, it's okay.
Thank you.
It's a wonderful thing. It's a wonderful thing. And Karen, like I said, you know, just the idea fact of knowing that people can contact the mission and volunteer, make donations, provide their time if they want to, or if they know someone who is needing of some type of service, it's a wonderful thing to know that the mission's door is open. Want to get that website and phone number again?
Yes, the website is drmm.org, and the phone is 313-993-4700.
Okay, all right. Now, ladies and gentlemen, you know, as we sit here and just listen to these three ladies speak to us about the service and everything, I want to take a moment out and tell you that Tricia is touched by this conversation, and I'm feeling you. Okay, I don't want to cry myself on camera, but I thank you so much. This program is for real, because when you hear about people going through a transition in life, you don't know how they got there, but all of a sudden you're saying, oh, no, she doesn't need that, he doesn't need that. You don't have a clue when in life you may have a breakdown, whether it's mentally or physically, whether you're losing a family member or something happens to you that's devastation. You don't know what your outcome could be and what you may turn to if you're not in support of other agencies or service providers. Detroit Rescue Mission Ministries has proven to be a ground-driven program to help those who are in need, and you need to consider taking down that number or that website and contacting them and let them know what you may be in need of. Now, I'm your host, Marsha Florence of Just Ask. You know what I always say: if you know someone with a disability, or if you just have a general question, don't be afraid to ask, just ask. On the closing of this show, we want to go into the piece where we are watching Dr. Audie, Mitch Albom, the representatives from AT&T, and Karen Love herself with the Jones family, showing them how excited they were about receiving their new home. So we want to close with that piece. And once again, I thank you. I'm your host, Marsha Florence. Have a great day.
I contacted Mitch Albom. AT&T had called us and said we're willing to pay for all the cost of repair of the house. Mitch Albom said that this is a great project, like this is our fourth project, matter of fact, of doing homes and giving them to working homeless families. Today, as you all see, this is the result of joint efforts, of great generosity of corporate. We appreciate Mitch Albom. We appreciate AT&T for all the work that they've done for us to be able to make a possible great Christmas for a family that they were struggling to have one great meal around the kitchen table. Today, they don't have to go even do their shopping. We have ham, turkey, chicken nuggets, everything they need in the house. They can cook their own meal. It's theirs today. They have a car to go back and forth to back to work. Now they have dual income versus one. They both have an income right now to care about their family. And all what we ask are for them to be an encouragement for others. They came from very, they worked hard to be where they're at today, and they are a great encouragement for others. All the negative story that we're hearing about Detroit, we can show always, every day, a very positive story like we do today. Right. And when we read 31,000 children are homeless students, with gesture like this and the collaboration that we have, especially with Mitch Albom and AT&T, we will be able to preserve their kids from becoming homeless and have a home that they can go to. Thank you very much for all your support and all your help.